Hey everybody. So I'm doing exciting videos, and this is going to be my number 2 uh, video in this series about what does Justin do? What does this captain do, right? I'm kind of excited about doing this. So of course I'm here in my office here with my exciting pictures like we have seen the other ones. So today's conversation of something that I've done in the past. This was a couple of years ago, and I'll ad-lib some details to not point fingers or be like, dude, shut up, for sensitivity and confidentiality. And so I made up not made up, but I have this story regarding communication and how incident response and how planning and how calming down actually matters regarding business and cybersecurity, and just truly making it so there's not a wonder. So one day, I got a call from an owner of a business, a call that he didn't want to make. Individual doesn't call me very often. His people usually call me, okay? So he calls me one day, and I know that he doesn't want to make this call. And he's calling me from a different number, like a number that I don't normally see, but I see it, and I'm like, that's weird. I'll take it. That's fine. I'll take the call. And what this was that manufacturing plant was completely down. Okay? The entire plant was down. No production, no communication, no visibility. Okay? He doesn't know why. And he also doesn't know why his real cell phone doesn't work, and why none of his office phones are working, and why none of anybody of his employees' cards are not working. Okay, well, this is different. I'm like, that's fun. I'll deal with it. And of course, calm down. Be like, I'll take care of it. It'll be okay. I'll let you know here. And I'll give time limits. I'll be like, hey, every 30 minutes, I'll call back on this number, and I'll give her updates figuring out what the deal is. Okay. So what I started to doing was what I did, what I normally do. We don't panic. There is no reason to panic in a crisis situation. All that does is make things take longer. It makes unneeded drama, unneeded pressure, unneeded people freaking out about no apparent reason. How about we just calm down? It'll be okay. So I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. There is no way of communicating this organization at all. And that particular organization, middle of, not the most downtown area, let's just say that. Okay? I'm doing a little bit more research. I'm calling some other people in that particular area. I'm like, hey, can you go over there and take a peek? And he's like, oh yeah. And he calls me back in 5 minutes. He's like, everything looks good here. And we do a little bit more research. This isn't a hacker. This isn't a mistake. This isn't, oh, I forgot to click on the button, or oops, sorry. No. It was a shovel. A shovel. In actuality, a brush hog, but we'll leave that alone. It was a piece of equipment in the wrong place at the wrong time. Individual farmer was doing field stuff, okay? And in his field, a piece of fiber optic cable went across his property. Has been there for years. Power, fiber optic, or communication underneath his pole. And here's a pole, and it droops, right? Well, he's making his little loop, his field, mowing the grass. I don't know what the people do. Mowing the grass, okay, with this brush hog. And he raised this thing up, and it was pretty tall, and the thing's buzzing and whirring, right? And he turns around the corner. No care in the world, just buzzing away. You know how machinery works. Come to find out, the brush hog, which is a huge, like a very large lawnmower. So you know how the lawnmower is usually flat? Imagine this lawnmower can tip up like this, so then you don't hit things, but it can tip up like this. Well, this thing's buzzing and whirring. This thing hit the fiber optic cable in the air. We're talking about a very, very large telecommunications cable that connects certain areas to certain areas. Come to find out, well, so I called the guy back, the owner of the business. I'm like, okay, this isn't you guys. Okay, our redundancy, of course, I'm like, our redundancy should have took over. Come to find out, the redundancy is a cellular backup. That cellular backup tower is connected to the same fiber optic cable that we were using. One strand that went down a very busy highway. And that one fiber optic cable, I don't know how many count, 144, 288, whatever number is relevant, right? That one fiber optic cable wasn't just this individual customer, but it was Verizon towers and AT&T towers. So landline services or traditional fiber, dedicated fiber, Verizon wireless and AT&T wireless tower. And in that area, there's only one tower. It killed the backup, it killed the primary, it killed all of the cell phones except for this little itty bitty provider that's in the middle of, I'm just going to say God's country. And they still do 3G and have a microwave between the towers, where a lot of these towers are fiber to the towers, right, for high speed everything. Well, that's what the guy called me on, was this middle of nowhere provider. Okay, that provider didn't have a single thing. The phone calls were still going through. Now, there was no data on these things. The phone calls were still going through. And I'm like, really? Are you telling me that this one fiber optic cable that goes down this one road to a particular area in a particular state, like I said, no details, privacy matters here, right? Controls all of that. And after working with the provider, and this type of dedicated fiber has an SLA, a service level agreement that says it's going to be up like this time. I contact the service level provider. They're like, yes, we are aware of this particular fiber hit. This fiber hit is affecting over 100,000 different locations, 100,000 different customers. Oh man, okay. Estimated recovery time is like, I don't know, a certain amount of hours. This is what blows my mind. While that cut happened, that customer, that manufacturing facility could not process orders, couldn't take a call from a customer to take money, couldn't take a credit card over the phone, couldn't take a credit card on the machine. Person shows up and goes, yeah, can I get this machine? Yeah, we could, but we can't. And it was because that internet connection was down, okay? There was no reason to have panic. There was no reason to freak out about this, okay? Don't get me wrong, you had me excited there for a bit, but we did our planning. We followed the plan. Incident response. Hey, I got a call. I then notify the individuals that I need to notify, and then at that point, reach out to the individuals that I need to, come up with a plan, come up with a response, right? Come up with a response. That's the whole idea, is coming up with a response. Okay? The first step wasn't technology. It was a calm, structured priorities. In aviation and other high reliable environmental, we expect failures. We design systems so businesses keep moving, even when something breaks. And the question is, it will break, it won't break, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. No. Everything breaks. Everything. And it could be simple as Jim Bob Farmer brush hogging his field, or something as major as a cyber attack. But if we don't have a plan, guess what? You don't know what to do, do we? We don't know what to do. People panic, people freak out, and that's a huge deal. I don't believe in freaking out. I believe in proper planning. I believe in proper response. And this is a story right here that went, we better have a proper plan. And of course, we're like, well, you have a battery, you have a backup provider, you have a satellite or a cellular backup provider. Oh, you'll be fine, right? Sometimes you wonder. We gotta wonder, is that backup provider an actual backup, or is it just the same wire? Okay, it was in that case. Of course, don't get me wrong. Within a certain amount of time, I had that person up back up with a different technology. And you know what? Everything was happening. It's like, oh, we'll do it on site. Yeah, you can do everything on site. Unfortunately, you still can't take credit cards. You can't take calls from your customers. Okay? You can't do them things. Your remote people can't work. They just can't. Okay? It makes a major slowdown. And an hour with a manufacturing time is hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour of downtime. So there's that concept. Because certainty isn't luck, it's preparation. That's my mindset right there. We want predictable and controllable and resilient systems. That's what I want, and that's what I implement. So there is my story, wonderful people. I'd love to hear the conversations after this one. Have a great day. My name is Justin.